Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi. What's going on, y'all?
Hello.
It's like we never left, baby.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
we
all
never
the same,
left.
but it feels better. I don't know why. I just feel like
Welcome to the second season.
no, it's not.
So,
No,
sorry,
it's not.
Because first off, I just wanted to say the reason why we haven't come out with the second episode is because SAG-AFTRA has not come to terms.
No one's paying
we
us.
are still in negotiations.
No one's paying us.
So the Writers Guild, they got some stuff, but we're still working with the actors. We're just working with our union. We want to get our people paid.
Our people, as in us.
Right. Even though we don't have ads on this yet.
Nope.
But hey, what's up, y'all?
Oh yeah, we have to get started. We have to restart all of that now.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
That's okay.
This is just for us.
It's for us.
This is a hobby.
Indeed.
For fun.
Indeed. Episode 15, y'all. Welcome back. It is October. It was
October
yesterday
na.
was Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
Spooky. Did you ever get a tattoo on Friday the 13th? I know
What
that's
I
when
want? Isn't there sale discounts on that?
there's always sales. I feel like I had a few coworkers get some tattoos on Friday the 13th.
I would like to. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I think
Where's your first spot for your tattoo?
definitely one on my wrist. I don't know if I'm on my left or my right, but I want it on my wrist first.
Nice.
I don't know. We'll see. That or ankles, because I definitely want one for Mushu.
Nice.
Yeah, and my sister's.
You know where my spot is?
Like on your arm somewhere, like right here. On your
Either
forearm.
right there or right above the knee.
Oh right, and what you want a Chemex?
Something with coffee. That'd be cool.
Drips. It drips into a heart,
God.
and it says Maham.
But yeah, guys, we are back. Sorry again for the hiatus. The unannounced hiatus, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Just been super busy and
lazy.
and lazy. We just, we want to do the show. We want to do the podcast when we want to do it, because at the end of the day, this is just a thing for me and Vicky, and we want to make sure that we're not burnt out on it. And I don't think we were burnt out on it when we stopped. It's just we had so many things going on. Life got a little stressful, and we just wanted to be there for each other in that time of need, and just adding on the stress of putting together a 2 hour, the setting up, the taking down, the editing, that whole 2.5 hour process. It's just, we wanted just to spend more time with each other.
I think I
just
started
relaxing.
feeling that when I stopped posting as much on social media and everything.
Yeah.
And then the motivation to even create the outlines for the episodes. I was just like,
But hopefully you didn't forget about us, and we're just here to have a cool little episode, because for most people that are in school, it's back to school season.
it's midterm season now.
Midterm season for your college people. Were midterms a thing during high school? They weren't.
Not really.
Not really.
What do you mean?
Just like tests
Just
and
tests
quizzes
before break.
Right. But we're here to just kind of like reminisce on the whole like back to school, fall, spooky season.
I'm getting a lot of like study with me talks and
Yeah.
like a lot of study essentials, and I'm like, I don't need these anymore, but I will still watch.
Speaking of back to school,
Just being in school.
yeah. But first, before we do that, let's just like do like just general life updates with like what we've been doing. Because I was gonna say like back to school, like one of the things that I'm doing, that I'm working on, is I'm applying for grad school.
Yeah.
Again, granted, last year when I applied for grad school, it was not the most earnest attempt.
But now that it's your second attempt.
But now that I've kind of tasted what it's like, and I've grown a year, we're giving it more of a solid shove this time around. So
Yes.
yeah,
And
I'm
healthy.
applying for grad school for acting.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm going to business school, actually. I'm getting my MBA.
Dang. Dang. Wow.
But yeah, I'm doing that. So expect to hear about that sometime soon. And yeah.
And I am not going back to school, but you know what I'm doing? I'm constantly learning. And right now I'm learning how to crochet.
Crochet.
So that's been a fun hobby I already now that the holidays are getting closer, I'm like, all right, what am I making for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
What are your measurements?
Another big life update for me. 2 weeks ago, I think at this point, week and a half ago,
yeah.
we had the San Diego Filipino Film Festival
Woot woot.
down all the way down in National City, and one of the films I acted in the beginning of 2022. It premiered there, or not premiere, or it got its San Diego premiere. It was definitely all over LA, and I got to see it for the first time ever. And
Me too.
it's so weird. I'm just like, actors, like Hollywood actors, they don't get to see their movie until like a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years after they're done acting in it. And I was essentially like the same way.
Like
I had to, and it was cool seeing Andrew, the director, Anais, my co-star, and it was a very eye-opening experience. I don't know if you want to show like any pictures of like this auntie right here. Boop.
You're gonna make me do that?
This auntie,
You're
but
making me do
I had all the aunties come up to me for like a picture, telling me that I was pogi.
Just like,
cute.
oh my god, you're so good. Can we take a picture, please?
Yes, like you were in the last one, and it's just really,
You're so talented.
it's so interesting seeing myself on a theater screen because.
You look so good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people that came out to go see it. It was a really good time.
Met a lot of cool people.
And I reconnected with some people that I hadn't seen in like
Over a year.
over years.
For sure.
Years for some people. Shout out to like to Matthew and to Oliver, who I didn't expect to see. That was crazy.
Andrew.
And Andrew.
And Anais. You haven't
Anais.
seen them since you rapped. So, hey. We're
Cheers.
drinking throat coat. Cheers.
It is throat coat season, y'all. It's soup season. It's all the. If you're not drinking warm liquids for the next 3 months, what's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with them. Nothing. Nothing's wrong. Yeah, I can finally try my tomato soup when I make it. But yeah, the festival was really cool. I felt very proud of Reedon as his girlfriend and everything. And it was funny how some of the people that came up to you, they were looking, you would introduce, this is my real girlfriend. And I'm just like, hey.
Yeah.
That's
We
me.
got to walk the red carpet, I guess, which was
Small.
cool, which was small, but it
But
counts.
it was a lot of people still.
Yes.
It was
The
nice.
the theater was pretty full.
Yeah.
And
It was nice to see all the short films.
mhm.
All the different stories that you could see. And a lot of them are Filipino creators, filmmakers, actors. It was great.
And it was just a very eye-opening experience. I had a great time. We had a great time.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and just jump right into it.
I don't really have any other updates besides
Yeah,
crochet.
that's it.
And just looking for jobs, I
Yeah.
guess. Ugh. Ugh. That's okay. Alrighty.
Back to school, y'all.
Back to school.
And I specifically want to like reminisce on the week before, the 2 weeks before it's back to school, preferably like the beginning of high school, middle school, elementary school, and just how like manic I was when.
I went through a lot of emotions.
Yes.
I'm excited, but at the same time very nervous because I don't want to do work.
Right. Back to school shopping is definitely not a traumatic experience by any means, but it was definitely a experience that could have been a lot less stressful
Yeah.
because
I was just so worried about my appearance because the first day, first week of school, you're trying to impress, and like there's some people that you haven't seen since the last day of school before.
right.
Yeah, dress to impress because then the week after you're I don't know, back to wearing the same clothes over and over again.
It was just manic just going back to school shopping at like Office Depot
with the
or
sales.
Walmart, Target, and just like everyone is just like manically pulling off folders and binders and highlighters and lead pencils.
I always needed more paper, lined paper, and I would freak out whenever what did we need? College ruled paper.
And then it would only be the wide ruled.
Yeah, and so I would think that that's okay, but no, I would ask to go somewhere else, like Walmart.
But
Usually Walmart is
but
where
you
I
needed
went
the
to.
college ruled that you could just tear out.
Yes.
That didn't have the phrase.
Some of mine I just wanted it all wrapped, put in my binder, because I would use the same binder for a long time. So in middle school I had the same binder, and that lasted until like maybe freshman or sophomore year in high school. So, and I always had the big one, and because it was so big I couldn't put it in my backpack, and I also had a big backpack, but I carried a whole bunch of stuff. I looked like a little turtle holding my big ass binder.
Nah, dude. The play was to have a binder for every subject or a binder for every 2 subjects.
That wasn't
in
my
high school.
play. Nope, I didn't like buying new stuff, and I really used that binder until it broke. And my parents were happy because they didn't want me to buy a lot of new stuff anyway when my other one was okay. And even the folders that I used to hold all my papers and assignments, that was... I kept a lot of those until like 3 or 4 of them broke. Before I would tape them up if a little hole broke. I really stuck with them for a while.
A thing that was stressful was that when you start back to school, it's like maybe like even in the first week, like you go back to school shopping after school has already started.
When you know, like,
and
what some teachers require you to have.
Your teacher gives you like a back to school shopping list.
Yeah.
And then I would go with my mom, and she would just be stressed out because she can't find the thing that we needed, right? Like, oh, we have to get like a hole puncher. Well, we can only find like the single handheld ones, or.
But what did you need that for? I
have no idea.
I never really needed a hole puncher. I think it's because I already had one, the 3-hole puncher.
But the thing that was more stressful than buying school supplies was buying back to school clothes, because that was with both of my parents, and it was just very stressful because I had no autonomy on picking my own clothes.
Me too.
My parents would only buy stuff that was on sale.
Yep.
Or they just did not fit me. You have no reason to put me in those baggy ass pants, Dad.
I had a lot of Abercrombie,
yeah.
Aeropostale.
Aeropostale.
Aeropostale. Justice. When Justice was a thing. Do you know what that store is?
It's like for tweens, right?
Yeah, mainly girls.
Yeah. I did all my shopping at Macy's.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mervyn's.
What's that?
That's like an old... There's like no more left. It's like an old school department store.
Oh, I think Justice is gone now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's always off the sale rack.
I always got clothes that just like... It fit me, but it fit me too well. Like, it would be so tight on my arms. I didn't know any better. If my mom says she's getting it, she's getting it.
And then I would get like when I started to get to choose my own stuff, you already know I'm about to go to Hot Topic to get myself some black skinny jeans.
I don't think I was allowed to get
That
stuff
was
at Hot
sick.
Topic.
I got my first pair of like Vans.
If I got stuff at Hot Topic, it was Harry Potter related. Which is
Nah,
great.
only got the skinny jeans. Oh, and then shout out to Etnies, which is like another like skateboard clothing brand.
Wow, I don't know any of those.
Wow. Wow. But yeah, thankfully,
Gap. I shopped a lot at Gap too.
Gap's great.
Yeah, now it is.
Now it is.
I think because that's my style now.
And we also learned today that the CEO of Mattel, or the past CEO of
Past
Mattel,
president of Mattel is now the president of Gap.
right,
And he's doing a great job.
great overhaul of the.
I don't know what
the
he's
branding.
like in real life, but he's good looking. At least I thought he is. I think so.
What else about back to school? I remember doing all of my summer homework like on the last day of summer.
Me too. There would be like 1 or 2 books that you had to have already read, and this is mainly like towards high school. Middle school, I don't really remember doing that much for middle school.
Also, like, why the fuck are we getting summer homework, dog?
Yeah.
Can you not fit that in during that regular school year? I thought like summer was to
Just relax. Do
Granted,
kids have summer homework now?
I don't know.
My sisters, I don't remember my sisters ever having that when they were in high school.
It's like, dog, like,
Dog.
yeah. Let
Bruh.
me bring my 30 pages of arithmetic with me to my family vacation to Cabo.
Yeah, let
where
me
I definitely
fucking
will not
read-
lose any of those pages.
Let me read Huckleberry Finn real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not read that.
Mm-hmm.
It was too big. I spark noted everything. I still did well,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Nothing that makes me upset about back to school is that schools nowadays, they start school way later in the day.
They finish earlier.
In the morning. No, they start later and they finish later.
Finish later. Yeah, but I think that's fine. I think that's
bro.
better for your.
I started school at 7:30 in the morning.
So did I.
And I'm just like, dude, I could.
Now I wish I could start at 8:30 or 9.
Oh yeah, totally.
And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand block schedules though. Some schools have block schedules, and it's confusing. Cause
My middle school had block scheduling. My high school did not. But besides the point, back to school is a nostalgic time, and
it's different now.
It just hits different for sure.
Especially for the dress code. At my old high school, when I pick up my cousin, I see a lot of girls wearing heels, spaghetti straps, like or the other side where everyone's just wearing pajamas.
Pajamas is totally fine, but if you're telling me you're putting high heels and walking to school at 8 o'clock in the morning, like,
or a lot of them are wearing Docs, I'm just like, wow, it's really different. The dress code doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if, like, I don't know, dude. It's just like, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
Like the people that are dressing up, like the high schoolers that are dressing up,
Dude,
like
they're expressing themselves.
I know, but it's just like,
I wish I could.
I know.
No, like I look back now and I'm like, why did I wear those things? Why am I wearing all purple? Even my underwear was purple, Maha. Why did I do that? No one can see that. Just me. So dumb.
Let's move on to the next section here.
Okay.
We're just doing a whole back to school thing, y'all. And one of the things that we all had to do during our time in high school was just go do our classes, take classes.
Yeah, I remember before when I would get my schedule, a lot of us would post on Facebook. Like,
Oh, that was fucking exciting.
Like, that was fun.
Because how would you get? There was like these tables, right?
Yes.
There would be like the tables, and then
Go to your last name.
Go to your last name, and then you're just handed your schedule. That's like, honestly like.
It's like
so cool.
Yeah, I think I did that when it was like orientation, or for some people it's the first day of school. You have to come in early, and you figure it out.
Did you ever switch around your classes because you just didn't like your schedules?
I don't think so. I think with me being the first one in high school and everything, I think it was just like, I'll just stick with it.
Yeah.
My sisters definitely did. My cousin did.
I think I did it in my junior and senior year because I took a different elective from semester 1 to semester 2. And so in order for me to fit that elective in, I needed to switch some classes around. But that was pretty much it. I think I just switched like one class, like my English class around.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember switching classes, and I think I just stayed with a lot of it.
But going on to this next section here, y'all, we're just going to be doing a tier list of all the different high school classes that a high school student can take during high school. Just because, we've taken a good amount. We haven't taken every single high school class. That's not really possible.
Obviously.
But we're going to rate them on a scale from S through F.
Or shouldn't we have a category where it's like did not take?
Sure, we'll also have a did not take, but also you can also kind of rate it low key. Maybe you have a rating for it just because of how your friends thought of the class, or like I wish I took this. Because there's definitely some classes that I wish I took that unfortunately I couldn't take because I was a drama boy all 4 years. But let's
starting drama.
Let's just start. So yeah, again, y'all, S is S tier. It's creme de la creme. It's the very top of the food chain. A, B, C, D, and then F. And we just have it broken down just by category.
Yeah.
We'll just. Do you want to just do it by section that we have it here?
Yeah, let's do it by section. Just have it go along with that.
Because I don't really know the difference. So if you want to just clump it all together, it's fine.
Do it by sections. It's fine.
Okay. So we're going to just start off with the most exciting of all classes. We're going to do math classes. Yeah.
I hate math. I can't do it.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed my freshman and my sophomore years of math. But let's just start off with what we got here, which is geometry/trigonometry.
Oh, man.
I believe I took this during my freshman year.
For me, it's freshman year, too. I even took there was a little contest we had in freshman year, and I had a great appreciation for math because of my math teacher then. I forgot his name. It started with an F, but...
Mr. F.
Mr. F. And I thought he was very interesting because of the fact that like when we came into class, I can't I think we had a seating chart or something, but because of that he already knew all of our names. He memorized it. And so he was saying hello to each and every one of us, and he got it all right. And I thought that was so cool because it really showed how dedicated he was. So this is my trigonometry teacher, and because of him I really appreciated math, so I did very well. So much so that I entered the trigonometry contest that we had, and I think I got like 3rd or 4th place.
Let's go.
I think so. We're 2nd. I don't know. 2nd to 4th place. One of those. And I did really well. I think I won like a small prize that I spent on candy or something, or McDonald's.
$5 at the student store.
Yes.
Why didn't you get first place?
I don't know. That's freshman me. The fact that I even did it, I'm very proud of myself because I hate math now.
Only thing I remember from geometry class or trigonometry class is just finding the angles of triangles and squares and
I thought I did very well.
And
so
shapes.
I'm putting geometry/trig in A for me because I really liked it. I'm putting that, and I'm writing it down.
It wasn't my most favorite class. I'm gonna give it a B, just because I wasn't like excited about it. It was just like another freshman. I was just excited just to get the class over with. But
I really loved my teacher. He was really nice.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Mr. Fier, I think that's his
Fier.
name. It's like spelled weird, but the way he pronounced it, I think it was Fier. I think so.
We're gonna move on to algebra. I believe my sophomore year I took algebra 2. This was my favorite math class out of my 4 years of high school math. I felt this was like my peak knowledge of just like actually getting enjoyment out of math and memorizing formulas, and I think I liked this class because like there are so many different ways to get to the solution, like x equals whatever, and as long as you just showed your work, and it could be like the most grittiest way to get to the answer. I liked it, so I'm gonna give that an A.
I hated algebra. I think it's because I had a really bad teacher.
I was gonna get to that for my junior year, but yes.
No, it was because of this. It was like algebra honors or something, whatever one of those. I didn't like my teacher, and this was sophomore year. She really changed my perspective on math. I hated it. That was the first time I got a C on something.
Nice.
I hated it, so I think algebra is gonna go in D. But I didn't get a D. Thank God.
Yeah.
So I'm putting
Fair.
it in there. Where are you putting it?
I put A.
You put A?
Yeah.
Algebra?
Yeah.
All right.
And then last for this list here, we got calculus A or calculus B, depending whichever one you took.
And pre-calc? I never.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we're actually gonna go back here. We're gonna start off with pre-calc.
Pre-calc.
Which I took.
I did not take that.
You did not take that. I took that my junior year
Why?
because it was my precursor to calculus, which I took senior year.
Was it because you were gonna get into nursing school?
Just because I was being a good Filipino kid, I guess. Pre-calc. This is gonna go F tier for me. This started my distrust of all things math and all things like just like understand, like it broke down my complete worldview of what math was, and I hated it so much. Hated it. But I put a majority of that blame on the professor why am I saying professor? The teacher for that class. She was not very good. She did not.
That's how I felt about my algebra teacher.
She was very much like, she had no like charisma. She did not pause for the class. And she did the very stereotypical thing where like she bends over a person's desk to like help them with their like problem or whatever, and then you could like, she just had this like deathly perfumey scent to her.
Oh, okay.
That just like I still remember to this day, and it was not pleasant.
Okay.
And
You just hated math.
I just hated that class.
Okay.
So I'm giving that an F tier.
Okay.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. Well, I'm putting pre-calc and calculus A/B and did not take. So I have no opinion.
Would you
on
take
that.
your junior and senior year for math?
I forgot what I did junior year. Probably algebra 2 or something. I don't know. But senior year was definitely AP stats.
Nice.
So we can
Oh,
go into that.
oh, yeah.
I fucking love AP stats because of my teacher.
Yeah. I loved
She
my
was
stats
great.
class in college. That was a really fun class.
Well, this is high school though.
Right. But I did not take stats in high school, even though it was offered, I'm pretty sure. But for me, my calculus class, so there was 2 types of calculus classes, depending, and I don't know why you would be so mental to take calculus B, but this is like the smarter class. I took calculus A, which was the more like softer introduction to calculus.
Oh, you smart.
No, I took the easy way out because I hated pre-calc so much that I was like, if this is the precursor to calculus, I am going to struggle so hard going into actual calculus. So I'm going to give this like a very like enthusiastic C, because I could not grasp the language and just the way that calculus worked. I started off strong. I was like, all right, I'm doing it. But with my workload and just the way that I was just distracted my senior year with all the other shit I had going on with all my other classes, I couldn't understand it properly. And I would give it an F. But shout out to, I don't remember his name. I don't even know if he teaches anymore. But my calculus teacher, he was like the only calculus teacher at my high school.
You almost said it.
He was very kind. He was very patient.
Okay.
And he was also very stern at the same time. And he offered a lot of after school like tutoring,
nice.
ways to earn back extra credit on homework that you might have messed up
Good.
on.
We all need that.
And I would not have graduated honors if I did not attend those classes, because I think I had like a D in that class, and I ended up just spamming back to school. I had to like, hey guys, I can't come to drama rehearsal for the first hour. I have to go to calc so I can graduate with honors. It was a crazy time. I'm pretty sure.
Was it because you weren't doing well, or you were just busy?
My mind was just elsewhere. I was just like,
Okay.
I'm not focusing on this calc class. I got to memorize my scripts. It was.
Oh, okay. A lot of theater
But
stuff.
like, I would try to grasp it. It just was not doing it for me. But I did enjoy my teacher. He made it a really enjoyable experience, and I could tell that he was really invested in his students, which is why I give it a C.
Nice.
All right. Moving on.
For me, AP Stats is an S.
Yeah?
I think it's really because of my teacher.
Great.
Who I forgot her name too, but she was really kind when it came to like AP testing. What was it? I definitely took it because I needed it for college credits. That was gonna take place for some of my math, so I wouldn't have to do certain math classes. And she was saying like, "Oh, you haven't paid for the test yet. Do you want me to pay for you? And then you pay me back later because I really want you to take it." She was just like that, and she always made the class fun. She even taught us how to play blackjack, I think.
Nice.
But she's like, we're not gambling. We even watched some movies in there. I think like what was the movie? It was like 21. It was a movie.
Now You See Me?
No, not Now You See Me. It's this group of high school students that go to Vegas. High school or college?
The Rain Man.
No. It was something.
21 Jump Street?
No.
Oh.
It was like 21. It's because of blackjack.
Black Hawk Down?
No, I think I had Kevin Costner or something. No. Someone else. Not Kevin. I don't know.
Next.
But it was like a movie about playing blackjack, and these students go to Vegas, and they're obviously counting cards.
Nice.
And they're trying to win money, a lot of money for themselves. And we watched that, and she taught us how to play. And it was great. I enjoyed that class. Did well on my AP Stats test.
Beautiful.
Which is great.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so that's it for math classes.
Next up here, we got our English classes.
Woohoo!
I don't remember much aside from my junior and senior year of English, unless you have something for your freshman and sophomore. We could just go to it.
I did English honors. I did AP English. I did IB English.
Yeah. I enjoyed all of my English classes just in general.
Me too.
I loved writing my essays. Junior year and senior year is when it got a little spicy with all the projects that we had to do.
What do you mean spicy?
Well, I'll just start off here. My junior year, I took a class called AP Language and Composition, otherwise known as AP Lang.
I did not take that.
And we had a project called the Nonfiction Book Assignment, which is essentially you had to take like a whole nonfiction book, I guess. I don't even remember what I chose at this point. But you had to like index it, source it, write like break down the whole. I don't really remember much, but it was a very lengthy, meticulous writing assignment, and I procrastinated, and I did it all in one night.
Good job.
And I just specifically remember I was like on the floor of this very room, and I was just like so tired. Like I'm like working, I'm like sprawled out, I'm like hallucinating. Took like a 30-minute nap, going back to it.
Why did you procrastinate, sir?
Cause I like the pressure of procrastinating, and I have this like diabolical mindset that I work better under pressure.
Me too, honestly.
And I got a passing grade on it. I'm pretty sure I got a B+ on my nonfiction book assignment. Definitely not an A, but I definitely got a passing grade.
I do not want this for our kids. Even though you and I can do it, if we were to be under that kind of pressure again, I don't want it anymore. But I don't want our kids to go through that.
Also, language classes and just like any sort of like English or literature class. So I'm gonna give AP Lang a solid B. It was definitely a grind because I remember doing all these like vocabulary quizzes. Like, just I had to do a lot of flashcards, which is like kind of dumb. Like, just let me memorize it the way I wanted to. But everyone had to do flashcards. But we learned some new vocabulary, which I don't use any of them on a day-to-day basis, except for maybe plethora. And repartee.
Nice. Do that again.
Repartee.
It's a party.
It's a party. But I really liked my teacher, so I give it an A.
I loved all my teachers.
This
is in all my English teachers. I was in middle school and high school. Even elementary school, and I think it's because I really loved writing. I didn't like reading all those old books. I mean, I loved in high school. I really loved Great Gatsby.
Sure.
And I still love it now. I mean, so much so that my 21st birthday was Great Gatsby themed. I wore a green dress to represent the green light. Yeah. Now I can't wait for the musical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I loved all of it. The only ones I really remember, I can't remember what I did sophomore year, but I know I did English 1 honors, AP English, and I think those are going to go under A tier. Then IB English is going to go in S tier for me.
Oh, I'm just thinking about. So you know how like we took those like state tests that were not associated with your English classes. It was just like the state tests. I'm just thinking about my year that I took it. I think it was junior year or sophomore year. If anyone from my class of 2013 can, there was one question where it became a meme on Facebook because like it just stood out all the while.
I loved it when some questions became memes because everyone would always be confused about it.
Yes, essentially it revolved around the word swanky. Like the statue had a swanky vibe to it or something like that. And
what does that mean?
It was just like
give me a swanky vibe.
Like, just
no, pretend you're a statue with a swanky vibe.
I don't know, but it stood out so much. I'll find it sometime soon, but it was just a weird thing. But anyway, I digress.
For me, there was in one of those tests, everyone after we completed it, we're just like, dude, did you get that ziplining question? There was something about ziplining that I was so glad I wasn't alone on, where we had no idea what the fuck it was asking. Yeah. So, what?
I was looking at how long we were recording for.
Oh, at first I thought I didn't press record.
No.
Can you imagine? So yeah, I did not enjoy those state tests. Did you even use them for college? Towards college? Were you able to?
It wasn't for college. It was just to be like, hey guys, our California schools are scoring at this percentile.
Dumb.
It wasn't even for yourself to use.
I hated it.
Okay, moving on. AP Lit, which I took my senior year.
Yep.
It was cool. Read a lot of literature. I'll just give it an A. Read some cool books in there. But I think my sophomore and freshman year is where I read the more impactful classics. You know, Animal Farm, 1984.
Nice. All Quiet on the Western Front.
Lord of the Flies. Wait, I didn't. I watched the movie. I did not read the book.
Oh, I did.
The Stranger.
I wrote a poem based on that. I'm pretty sure I have that somewhere.
Yeah.
I wrote a poem on that. I did a lot of like Great Gatsby poems because of that. Yeah. Any other English classes? Yeah, basically IB English was my favorite. I remember there was an assignment at the end of the year where, oh man, I forgot what the prompt was exactly, but it was like what makes you like something about happiness, like what makes you happy and other things. And I remember being very proud of what I wrote. I remember being in front of the class. I hated public speaking. I hated speaking in front of everybody, especially my friends, because definitely there were those people where they're trying to be silly watching me, like as they're watching me, and I can't focus sometimes. But I remember the paper was shaking so much you could hear it. And my voice was shaking as well, but it was really good that I made everybody cry. I have pictures of making people cry.
Nice.
Even my best friend Aja, he took pictures of everybody with my phone because I left my phone on the desk. So that was great. I wish I could find that that paper, that speech, somewhere, because that would have been great. I don't even know what the fuck I said, but it was so good. That was like our end of the year thing.
Cool.
Yeah, before we all graduated.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a NES. Any other English classes? I cannot think of anything.
Nah. I just enjoyed English in general. I thought it was a very interesting class, and it had its place in my upbringing, and just cultivated some taste there. Science classes. We're moving on here. Freshman year, I took biology. Did you take biology?
Yeah, I took AP Bio.
AP Bio your freshman year?
Or biology honors freshman year.
Sure.
I think I did AP. You know what? I don't know what I did anymore. Especially for sciences. I know I did biology, anatomy, chemistry. I don't think I continued with bio, actually. I didn't want it.
We'll start off with biology. I thought it was cool, a cool introductory freshman class.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it like a solid B. The teacher was cool. He was like this bald guy that had a very luscious beard, and he looked like a lumberjack. That's all I really remember. Another thing that I remember is that one of like the kids in my class, he like made himself pass out by like holding his breath as a way to like impress his friends. And he would like inhale Sharpies like all the time. I sat next to him. It was weird. That's all I got. And then shout out to Punnett Squares. Chemistry.
Yeah, I loved doing that biology, and we would like we would draw something where it's like you get these characteristics, you're the parents, and you draw the baby, what the baby would look like.
Nice.
Yeah, I really loved that.
Chemistry.
Wait, hold on. I didn't talk about biology 1 honors for me.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I just remembered I had a great time. The teacher was nice where you could come in during lunch and you can work on stuff or eat your lunch. I remembered on my birthday, like on the day of my birthday, we were going to have a test. And it was like 90 to 100 questions, something like that. And my teacher said, "Oh, that's my birthday gift to you." And everyone clapped. And she's like, "Yay!" And I'm like, "Whoa, that's great." I remember we had to have like an end of the year binder, and we had to have a lot of our assignments and writings that we did all filed and organized under like certain categories that we had. And you had to have all of them or you'll lose points if you don't have them all. And I remember that being a big black binder. And I think in the next school years, so like that was freshman year, so in sophomore year, you would have to come back and get it. Like you'll find out the grade afterwards.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Like it'll be added to your report card, yeah, but you get to pick up the binder the next year.
Yeah. Interesting.
And she would have like a whole corner in the back or the side of the classroom stacked with everyone's binders. It was a lot.
Cool.
I hated it though. Because when I couldn't find this one assignment from, I don't know, fucking October, and it's already April.
Right.
Fuck. Where is this?
My backpack was very messy, and I just had paper just crumpled at the bottom of my bag.
Oh, I couldn't do that. That's why I have my binder.
Yeah.
I would just have food at the bottom of my bag that went rotten.
Nice.
I don't know why I did that. There's just this banana I had at the bottom. I won't ruin my paperwork, but I'll leave food in my bag.
Moving on, we got chemistry.
Oh, we have chemistry?
Immaculate chemistry. I took chemistry my sophomore year, and then
Me too.
AP.
AP Chem? You did AP Chem?
I did do AP Chem. I did AP Chem my junior year. Yes.
I did chemistry in my sophomore year. I don't know if you remember, but there was a picture I showed you where it was like my group and I. We had a Harry Potter poster in the background.
Yes, I remember that.
That we all worked on together. Yeah, that was great. I really liked that teacher too.
Overall, I'm gonna give chemistry an A. I thought it was a very interesting way to approach math in science. I understood it, and I understand what was going on.
It's but just don't ask me anything now, because I don't remember.
Exactly. Regular chemistry was a lot easier for me to get a good grade in, but AP Chem had cooler labs. And I actually enjoyed the people that I was with in AP Chem because it was just like, we're finally, 3 years into our high school, and we were all academics, and it was a good time. AP Chem had some really cool labs. However, it was very challenging, and I copied a lot of homework.
You did that, Mahal?
In the library. Yes.
Whose?
Just
a lot of your classmates?
I'm not a rat.
Dang, I can't believe you did that.
But
people would copy off of my stuff.
Yeah. And I think I scraped by with that AP test with a 3 out of 5.
Maybe senior year I started copying off of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of us just wanted to graduate at that point. I think that's why. We didn't want to try anymore. But chemistry is an A for me as well.
And moving on.
I never did physics.
Okay, so here's my big fuck up my senior year of college. Or senior year of high school. I never took physics. I never took regular physics, but senior year I took AP physics.
Why?
Because I wanted to take another AP. I don't know.
But you didn't take regular physics.
I thought AP physics was going to be easy. Because I thought that physics was like it was like easier than chemistry coming into like my sophomore year.
Okay.
And so I thought, okay, AP physics is going to be a breeze because I kind of understood the fundamentals of AP Chem.
Okay.
Had no idea what the fuck was going on. It was my after lunch class, and I would just always just be like in like a fucking like blood sugar haze in the back of the class, just like not knowing what's going on. The professor is like only really talking to like the front row and like catering to them because
professor again?
I'm gonna keep saying professor.
But you mean teacher.
And it also didn't help because unfortunately that year, that physics teacher's dad had passed away.
Aww.
And so he kind of was also a little bit out of it as well. And so he couldn't really be there for everyone to make sure that they understood what was going on.
Aww.
But I did not enjoy that class because I felt like I was wasting my time and that I always dreaded going to that class because I just had no idea what was going on, and I couldn't be asked to just like speak up and like ask questions because everyone else around me seemed to understand what the fuck was going on, but not me.
Probably because they took regular physics.
Not even that. I would not be surprised if they were in the same boat as me, but I just did not understand what the hell was going on.
So you didn't switch this one? You just stayed in it the whole time?
I stayed in it the entire time, yeah, and I got like a 2 or a 1.
On the AP physics test?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you took it still.
I don't think I took it, actually.
Oh.
Now that I think about it, I did not take it because I knew I was going to fail it.
So then how did you do overall in the class?
Enough to graduate with honors, I don't know.
So C?
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah.
Great.
Anatomy is a class that I did not take. However, I would have loved to have taken that my senior year instead because it's just...
I loved human anatomy. That's an A.
It's just memorization at that point, right?
At that point, yeah.
And I can memorize stuff. But,
I forgot what we were dissecting. But yeah.
Oh, like chicken feet and like frogs?
Yeah, there was not frogs. We were dissecting something. But cats. We were dissecting cats.
What?
Yeah, it was dead cats, just like she had it, my teacher had it just like in her storage where it's like
shit.
It's super cold in there, so she kept it in back there. So when we were dissecting the cats, one of the boxes that someone opened, so we were like partnered up, right? So these two people, they were opening it up. When they opened their box, there's a cockroach inside, so we were all freaking out. We're like, ah!
Nice.
Not only were we trying not to drop the dead cat, but we didn't want to lose the cockroach. We needed to get rid of that. That was great. The teacher, she was just fun. She made the class enjoyable. Sometimes she would bring her daughter in, and her daughter would like hang out with me. And we sit next to each other. But she was a distraction though. I'm trying to pay attention and she's trying to talk to me.
Nice.
And then the teacher would get mad at her saying like they're trying to learn. But that's an A.
Let's move on to the arts here.
The arts.
Also, want to move on to social studies.
Oh no, let's just go. Let's follow
Okay.
it. Arts.
I've danced twice for some reason, but
That's
let's
fun.
start off with dance.
I didn't take that.
I took one dance class.
Oh, I forgot about this.
My senior year, I needed one more PE credit, so I took dance 1.
I would love to see you in dance 1.
It was fun. We took jazz and then contemporary. That's
Well, you
how
know
it
what?
was split up.
I did do a dance class, but that was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't just apply to high school, right? Or it is.
It's high school. It's high school.
No, it's but that was in middle school.
It's
I think.
where I met one of my high school girlfriends.
You didn't wait.
No,
for
no,
me?
we knew each other, but we got close.
Can't believe you didn't wait for me.
Sorry, you were a freshman. I was a senior.
Ooh.
Ew. Y'all, if you were a senior in high school and you had the hots for a freshman, get the fuck out. That's weird. It's not weird now as adults, but
Yeah. It's fine now.
regardless, that's just. What do you mean I don't get a hug? Where's my hug? Dance was cool. I was the only guy in my dance class, and I walked in on the first day, and every girl in the room gave me the stink eye because they're like, "Oh, what the
are you
fuck?
doing
Who's this
here?"
little pervert coming in here?" Little did they know I was drama club president, and I just wanted to get better at dancing for musical theater purposes. But
Were some of them in drama or no?
nah, none of them were. I fucking killed it. I was like one of the best dancers there. I remember we had to do like a dance 1 show, dance 1, dance 2 show, and I did like the jazz thing. It was to
Do you have this on video?
probably not. But I just like a little dance thing. It was like super shy.
What?
But
Do that again.
all I remember is that it was a good class. It was actually very challenging, learning how to
Okay.
pirouette and like.
But it was good
and-
exercise too.
Yeah, it was great exercise. And then we every like once a month we would do this thing where we did like yoga, and then like our teacher, she would like rub like essential oils like on our necks, like to like wind down. She would just like come by with like a stick and just like rub like a little bit.
She
of
would do that for you?
to everybody like as like we're cooling down and we're like in like the rest pose in yoga.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I smell like peppermint.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe I should
Yeah.
do that for you now. So you can
Ooh.
calm down. Can I
Thank
get
you.
you lavender?
Oh, it was lavender oil too.
Okay, I'll get you lavender.
But yeah,
We
that
can-
dance, that
we
dance
can do
class
that.
was an A.
It's an A.
It was an A. I
I'm
wish.
putting that and did not take. I did not take
Okay.
dance at all in high school.
Let's just go with more. Let's just go to the PE route here, and then we'll come back to arts.
Okay.
Because I brought it twice.
Okay.
Regular
PE.
PE, which I took my freshman and my sophomore year.
For me, freshman year. Yeah, I only did PE for
It was-
3 years.
I
Or
had
just-
PE and I had team sports. I believe is what it was called.
What does that mean?
Team sports is where you would play team sports.
Okay.
Like.
Wait, that's
basket-
combined with PE, or
It
that was a separate thing?
It was its own class. It was
Okay.
like we're playing football, we're playing baseball, we're playing basketball, we're playing rallies. I don't know. I just have a distinct memory of that PE teacher always saying, "Take a knee." we would just
Okay.
take a knee in the grass. It was really weird.
I didn't really like regular PE, so for me, I'm putting that in B. I think I didn't like a lot of physical activity because I didn't realize I had hyperhidrosis then. So I was always the sweatiest one in my class. So some of like my PE clothes, you can see me sweating right
Yeah.
away, be drenched.
Yeah.
And
I-
I would always use deodorant afterwards.
I dreaded the weekly mile.
I didn't know I had asthma then, so I really struggled. But I had to keep going. I always had the slowest mile times as well.
Yeah. The worst part is that they wouldn't allow us to run. I mean, granted, I did not have an iPod or an iPhone back then, but if I had a way to listen to music during my runs, I would have
We'd go
enjoyed
faster.
it. I would go faster. It's like, come on, y'all, what do you think I'm doing? I'm trying to run. I wonder if you can do it now.
I think I
That'd
can
be
do it. I
wild.
think it's fine. But back then, I just remember being bored running around the track. But like for our mile run on Fridays, it would be around my whole school. You've seen it. You've seen my school. So I don't know if they probably do that now. But it would be like around like the PE area. Well, I forgot how many laps you would take. Maybe like 1 or 2 or so. But I hated that because there'll be a lot of hills that we had to go up.
Yeah, the one my high school miles were whatever, but my middle school one, we had to like go to this one downslope where we're going down like a muddy back road, and I swear like we could have gotten like we definitely like cut our feet because like we would like step on branches or whatever, and it would like.
How is that? Why is that even a thing?
I don't know, but there would still be
Scary.
this really hard uphill part. It was crazy. PE was cool. I was very strategic with my PE placement. I really wanted PE to be like my period right before lunch.
I definitely had the ones like in the mornings, I think. In general, I just didn't like going to class after PE. I never switched anything, but I hated being really sweaty in my next class. Because you're young. I don't understand BO yet. I'm doing everything I can to get rid of it, so I'm like covered in perfume all the time.
Nice.
Bath and Body Works. I'm probably still using that scent now. Yeah, I think that's a regular PE is a B.
It's a B.
I enjoyed it. I just hated.
We needed it.
We needed it. I just hated how my body is sweat wise.
Yeah.
And asthma wise. I know now. I know how much my body can take.
True.
So that's okay. You did weight training? That's the next one.
No, I wanted to put that down as the meme because
my sister did. She's so strong.
Which one?
Nika.
Yes, but that was the meme. Is that all dudes took weight training, and I was the one guy. And I was the one guy that just took dance. Like I was. How was
that the meme between you and your friends?
Dude, like every single guy like in the peak of their puberty was taking weight training because they wanted to get swole because their testosterone was just off the charts and they just wanted to just
there's you with dance.
Lift and stuff. And there's me with dance doing pirouettes and stuff.
That's cute.
I wish I took weight training. That would have been cool.
Nika did it. Yeah. She's the one that taught me how to improve my form whenever I did work out. I mean, I'm gonna put weight training and did not take, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it did not take for me as well.
Wait. I didn't take dance, so. I did my second year. I did yoga, even though. But like the thing is, there were two different yoga teachers. There was that one teacher that all they did was yoga, so it was always very calm. But the teacher that I did have, because I didn't have a choice on the PE instructors. So the one I got for sophomore year, man, what did I do in my third year? I don't even know. But I just remember I did yoga, but it was a yoga. She did yoga / Pilates. So we did a lot of like high intensity.
Pilates is how you make it school friendly.
Yeah, so that was really cool. There was like, do you remember those like state tests where you had to reach a certain limit of push-ups, or what was that called?
Yeah,
like those standardized
test.
Yeah, those fitness tests.
I don't know, Pacer test.
Beep. Those I always did well, and it was that class where I realized how strong I was, because in a lot of those tests when you're trying to see how much you could do, I was usually the person that did a lot more. I was one of the top 3 people who did a lot more push-ups and sit-ups. Yeah, I was very strong. We did a lot of those like weight balls, like we lift it up, drop it. I always try to challenge myself, and I would get one heavier than everyone else's. So that's it. I think that's an S for me. As much as I hated the sweating part, I had a great time.
You're so strong, Liv.
I am. Just because I'm small doesn't mean I'm weak. Okay.
There's a Shakespeare quote for that.
Oh, there is?
All right. Anyway, let's just move it away from PE now. Let's go to social studies because overall, this was a mid-class subject for me. I just I understand its purpose, but I found it more tedious than anything. I think I enjoyed.
Where's the Filipino history?
True. I enjoyed my freshman and sophomore ones a lot more than my junior and senior ones. So freshman year I took world history, which is like, that's cool. It was like a continuation from like middle school where we talked about like early civilization, right? And then like world history was more about like the US, like not the US, but just like I don't even remember at this point, but it was interesting. I enjoyed it, like World War I, World War II stuff.
Yeah.
sophomore year, I took I'll give world history like a B, I guess. Comparative politics. That was my first AP class. It was about comparing like the government systems of all different countries in the world.
That was a whole class on its own?
Yes, like comparing like how like British Parliament works versus like Congress in the U.S. versus like
Okay.
how like Middle Eastern
monarchies.
countries do it.
Okay.
Versus like Iran. Like it was like it was a cool class.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher was badass. He like rode elephants one time.
Oh, nice.
In
Wait,
in
what?
Thailand. He was cool.
Showed you pictures?
Yeah, he had a picture like
Nice.
proudly displayed on his desk.
Sick.
And that one felt really intelligent because we were constantly tasked with keeping up with current events and what's going on in the world.
Nice.
So I really enjoyed that class. I'll give him that class an A.
I did not remember comparative government class. The fuck, but A push, I really liked that class mainly because my teacher was Filipino.
Nice, nice.
I remember he would tell us stories about how he proposed to his wife at one of the high school talent shows.
Nice.
And he had a video, and he was like playing guitar and singing. He brought her on the stage, and he proposed to her there. So that was very cute.
In high school?
He was a high school teacher.
Oh.
I think either he was already a teacher, and he brought his wife.
Oh, okay.
At the
I
time.
thought he was proposing to his wife at that high school because he went there and then he like.
No. I think it was a high school. Since he worked at our high school.
Right.
At one of the talent shows that they hosted, he brought his girlfriend there at the time and proposed to her there, and now they're married.
Nice.
Kind of thing. I think that's how it went. So that was really sweet. I think because he showed us a video, he kind of like sat at his desk and he covered his eyes, but he was willing to show it to us. It was very cute. I could remember the details wrong, but it was very nice. I remember him being Filipino, so that was great. And I remember either towards the end of the year, he brought out his guitar and he was playing for us. And I remember in between that, he was speaking in Tagalog, and me and this other classmate of mine, she's also Filipino. She and I were the only ones that understood, and we both laughed. And everyone is asking, what did he say? What did he say? And I think it was like something dirty. I can't remember. But
Nice.
It was definitely cool because I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm putting A push in D because I did not do well.
Just because
It's not an
I
F
mean,
because
granted, I didn't do that well, but A push is an A for me.
I'm putting in a D. I just don't remember doing well.
A
I just
push,
remember
A
not
push
doing well.
coming into my junior year was always like there was always tales from like the upperclassmen. They're like, oh, dude, A push fucking sucks. A push is gonna ruin you. You're gonna hate your life after you take A push. And I'm like, I'm coming in there with my shield and my sword, and I'm like, let's fucking do this shit. All that A push was to me was a glorified note taking class.
Same. But I
and
didn't.
It taught you how to do shorthand notation for.
I'm not good at taking shorthand notes. Have you seen my notes?
Yeah.
They're long.
It wasn't that bad. If anything, it taught me how to take notes. I do have recollections though of me falling asleep in that class because I was so sleep deprived my junior year.
It's a D for me. The reason why it's not an F is because the teacher was cool. So because he was cool, I put it up to a D. When it comes to AP Gov, that's a C, because a lot of these social studies classes are kind of low for me because I just was really bored most of the time.
Yeah.
AP Gov is only a C because the teacher was nice and my classmates made it fun for me.
AP, like all these AP classes were introductions to lecture halls for college.
I guess. I just remember my teacher for AP Gov, she kind of got mad at me when I said I wasn't taking the AP test for it. Which I've complained to you before, where I hate how a lot of classes are structured for you to take the test, but for some people they don't need to take the test if they're not going to straight into a 4-year. So for me, this was my senior year. At this time, I had already decided to go to community college. So sure, I could have used the AP the points from the AP Gov test, but I had already done the calculations, and I'm like, oh, I don't need it. I don't need to spend money on something that I know I'm going to fail. Because at that point, I'm just trying to do well to pass. I think I got like a B or something. I wasn't trying to spend all my time studying for a test that I knew I wasn't going to do well on, and I wasn't motivated to do either. There were a good chunk of us when everyone else that was taking the test was gone. We were just chilling in the classroom. It was great. There were times where I went up because it was a lot of my friends that weren't taking the test either, I went up pretending to be the teacher, and I would just like write notes and everything, and we're all pretending like, yeah, Mr. Ram, can we
Yeah.
do this instead?
Cute.
That was funny. Sweaty.
Yeah, I think you're right. AP Government was definitely a class where it was prepping you for the AP test.
Yep.
Because after we took our AP test, which was a few weeks before the end of school,
Yep.
the class became like an economics class.
Yep.
Which is weird.
A lot of AP classes
Gov,
are like that.
I'll give it like a B. I don't remember any of it. All I know is that I had cool people in that class, and I had like a lot of smarties in that class and close friends. It was whatever. The teacher was cool. She was youthful.
Teacher was great. I loved her. Everyone loved her.
Yeah.
Classmates, my classmates really made it for me. That's why it's a C.
That class, we wrote time capsule letters.
Oh,
That
so
were supposed to be.
when are you supposed to
So
open
apparently, it's supposed to become. It should have came already. I don't
Oh.
know. I have no
them? It should
idea.
have come here at this address.
Yeah.
Which is
I have no idea what I wrote. Yeah, me and Martin were talking about it on Discord because we both took
Same
the
class.
same class, and I haven't gotten mine yet. Anyway,
So you're supposed to get it this year.
maybe. Let's go and move on to.
Oh wait, I have AP history or just world history in general. That's an F.
That's an F.
Teacher was cool, but I think he didn't realize how hard it was for me to understand certain things, and he definitely played favorites. I didn't
Nice.
like that.
Nice.
But I'm not very good at paying attention and those kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an F. Now we can move on.
Let's go back up to arts here.
Got.
Drama.
I didn't take drama. I wanted to because I really liked singing.
Yeah.
I would have loved to be in like the musicals and stuff, but I think I was worried because there's a lot of popular people in there, and I didn't want to interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're all cool now, like
Mhm.
now I'm seeing them on social media, but it intimidated me a lot,
Mm.
and I was also an introvert, so.
Y'all know I'm biased. Drama's gonna be an S.
No way.
Did it all 4 years. Beginner drama was cool, but it became a lot of people knew that it was going to be an easy A, and it became
The people who took it seriously were the ones who take it the rest of the years. high
yes,
school, for
which was
sure.
cool. But at a certain point, it became less about like learning about drama and more about doing improv games, which was less than ideal.
Okay.
Or watching a movie that had acting in it.
This normal?
Huh?
Supposed to be like this? Your
Yeah,
mic?
yeah, it's too long.
Oh, okay.
I wish we did more traditional stuff, like my college drama classes.
Mm-hmm.
Now those were
Well, obviously
informational.
It's college.
Those were informational. I had to
Yeah.
actually like read stuff.
Yeah.
But my drama classes was cool. It balanced out my GPA. My drama classes were the reason why I had such a decent GPA. Let's move on. Band.
Yep.
I didn't take it, but I would give it like an A because the drama room was right next to the band room, and I loved hearing the trumpets.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I would run over to the bathroom, I would just be walking in there, and it would just be like, "Whoa, they're cooking."
Yep. I didn't take any of that. So.
Yeah.
Nika did.
Mm-hmm.
In high school.
Same thing for choir. Respect to all your choir boys, choir girls.
Yep.
It was cool.
Again, I would have loved to, but I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. So a lot of these for me in the arts class, did not take. So I have no other opinions on those. I just wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
but I did not.
I'm gonna touch on one real quick because I forgot to write it, and as I'm looking over, let's just snooze it in with science classes.
Snooze it in.
Psychology.
Oh, I took IB Psych.
I took AP Psych my senior year.
Yeah, I'm putting S for me. I really love that
Yeah.
class. My teacher was cool. He had
I'll-
a lot of tattoos.
I'll give it an S as well. It's the only AP test where I'm pretty sure I did relatively well. I don't think I got a 5. I think I got a 4. The class was cool. It was an easy A for my senior years, which helped me with some stuff. And teacher was super surfer guy, and he was cool. And
I love my teacher.
Yeah.
Definitely, I passed the IB Psych test, which is great, and I was able to use that towards community college, so
Yeah.
that was great.
and it definitely had my attention throughout the entire thing.
Yeah,
So.
I watched a lot of good movies too.
Yeah, did you watch it To Kill a Mockingbird? Or no, not To Kill a Mockingbird. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No.
No.
I watched Stand By Me.
Oh.
I watched A Beautiful Mind, I think.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Which I watched recently because it was just added on Netflix and it was great.
All right, let's go move on to the other visual arts.
Hold on. Would you like to make this a two-parter?
We should.
We should?
Yeah.
Okay.
We also don't have to record later. We can just stop after.
Haha.
With the Harry Potter. Then we can just expand on the Harry Potter one next time.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
2 episodes in one. Let's go.
But we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna record it this time.
Okay.
Because we got a lot of
I know, for like topics.
plans. There's the thing. Okay.
Alright, go next.
All right, moving on, y'all. Visual arts, just like anything that's like not arts, but at was an elective.
Mm-hmm.
I know people took this my senior year, but it was art history.
I didn't
You
take
didn't
that.
take it?
No.
It looked boring whenever I saw pictures of it. It was just like studying like textiles and statues and kind
I'm
of
sure when you're actually in it,
and
it
like
was
knowing
fine.
from what period it came from. Like, oh yeah, it's from this Japanese Edo
I
era.
would have loved that. I
Yeah.
wish I took something like that.
Mhm.
But I didn't take that.
Yeah, it was like a museum class. You know, you just
That's
like
cool.
yeah, you like that.
That would have been nice. I would be able to apply for curator jobs. But I didn't do that. But I feel like I would struggle a little bit because I don't really like history as much.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also that.
Let's move on here because I know you're gonna have something to say about this one. But any photography class,
Yeah.
AP photo.
I took photo 1 in senior year. It was like the first like visual arts class, and it was I was sad that I should have done photo before, but I think it was because I had already. You did do foreign language. Yeah, I was focusing on finishing Spanish, and so once I finished Spanish the first 3 years, maybe I did it all 4 years. I can't remember, but I did photo 1, and that's an S tier for me because that really changed. That really changed me, like literally. So, a lot of my photos that I take, that I do professionally and stuff, yeah, I learned it all from this class. Again, I love my photography teacher, who I am planning on hopefully meeting up with sometime this year before winter break starts. But yeah, it changed my life, so that's an S. S. How about you? Did you do it? Would you have?
Nope.
It's okay. I'll teach you how to be the Instagram boyfriend.
I've had to go into that photo lab at some points, and it was cool. You know, developing film and seeing people's like different photography projects. I mean, when we go to the Del Mar Fair, we look at all like the different photos from that, and there are some cool ones, but also there are some ones I'm just like, interesting.
Some of my photos got first place when I submitted it, so that was great.
For show.
And then one of the civic centers nearby here, they had a photo gallery, and I entered one of mine, and it was a picture of my younger sister. I don't remember it being a contest. It was just like to look around and show the talents of different high school students, and my teacher wanted me to enter mine in. So that's there, and now my dad has both the entries I submitted for the Del Mar Fair and for the Civic Center. And what's nice is that each one of my entries, each one was of my sisters. So the Del Mar Fair is my sister Nika, and then the Civic Center one was of Bianca.
Nice.
So they're very involved in my stuff.
They are your muses.
They are my muses, besides you now.
Oh, sige.
And now my other muse is Mushu.
Nice. Next up, I put drawing painting, but I think in high school this was just called art.
Yeah, I didn't take any of that. It was definitely an elective I took.
Did you have
in
friends
college.
that took art?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them do art still, which is great.
Yeah, art's cool. I don't have a drawing bone in my body, so.
But if I took this, I definitely would have been.
Your life would have been in a
interested.
totally different direction, I think, if you took art.
For sure.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But then I would be able to like do drawings of us, and then I would make our logos and everything. Oh, being a graphic designer would be so cool. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not motivated to take all the classes and learn how to do all those things. So I just admire.
Next one I got here is film production. I had this at my school. It was the period
did
before
too.
drama class for me. I did not take it. However, I wish I did. But
I wish I did too.
because I was doing a lot of academic classes in combination with drama, I just couldn't sneak it in. I wish I took this class because not to say that I can't learn now.
Mm-hmm.
Because
at least understand the lingo and
I do a
everything.
little bit of light editing, but
Yeah.
I would have learned how to like edit. I would have made some more short films during my time at my high school. I would have made some.
Let's make some now. We talked about this. We
Yeah,
joked
yeah.
about it. It will be funny because we could just use BK Shorts.
Sure.
It's just another YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
But it was cool. Like I would have loved to have made some funny little quirky films.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that much into cinema during high school, but it would have been cool to do and to joke around with my friends. So.
I had already been interested in just making videos, editing, and all of those since middle school. So I'm pretty sure I had something like that in high school. I definitely had something like that in middle school. I was part of that kind of thing. But if I had, I don't know. I think my parents really wanted me to do nursing, so I kind of took some classes to make them happy. But I was just like, that's why I decided to do photo instead. It would have been nice if I did something film related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you and I could still learn now if we ever want to do it
yeah,
just
of course.
for fun.
Of course. Which brings us to our sponsor of today's video.
No
Skillshare.
sponsors.
Skillshare.
Oh my goodness. I wish. That'd be nice.
I'm taking this class with Martin Scorsese. He is teaching us how to do film production 101.
With Sofia Coppola.
With Sofia Coppola as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. For sure. We're great friends.
I jokes. Last section here.
I just hurt my tooth.
Here, I'll finish your tea for you.
No,
then.
no.
Okay.
Ow.
We got our foreign language films, y'all. Or foreign language films.
Yeah.
Our foreign language classes. Shout outs to Parasite. Foreign language classes. I took 3 years of Spanish. How many years of Spanish did you take? You took 3 years?
Definitely 3 years.
Did you have a Spanish name?
What? No.
Oh, did we not talk about this prior?
No.
Yeah.
For your teacher made you
And
have
our
a
teacher
Spanish name?
made us get Spanish names that we would just have to make up because it would just give our little introduction to just like learning different words that are not part of like the textbook vocabulary. My Spanish name was Monociego.
Wow.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Monociego. I liked it just because the O. It's like
Yeah.
it means blind monkey.
Why?
Like hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil.
Okay.
Because I was wearing glasses.
That makes sense.
And Ciego sounded sick.
Okay.
But yeah, Mono is
And
monkey,
you chose
Ciego.
that?
Yeah. Things though is that I told my coworkers that they're Mexican and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, why was that your name? I'm like, why? He's like, that's kind of offensive. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like I think it's because like I feel like Ciego is like it can have like some negative connotation. I'm not sure,
I
or like
guess.
like
But
like,
you-
like, like
you
it could be like it could be like an insult, like
Right.
like Mono Ciego, like
But because you're saying it for yourself, it's funny.
yeah. And my teacher approved of it. He liked
Yeah.
the name. It was cool.
It's like how Fat Amy in Pitch Perfect calls herself Fat Amy, so no one else does it.
Right.
So it's not offensive because
Right.
she's the one saying it.
Right.
Right.
I took 3 years of it. I liked my first 2 years. My third year got hard, and I enjoyed it less. And that's it.
I mean, it was like some requirements for my community college, so I can get into like a higher level Spanish class because I needed it to transfer to my 4-year college. But it was fine. Do I remember anything of it? No. Do I wish I took another language? Yeah, I know ASL is not a foreign language, but I really wanted ASL. I wanted French at first.
If I could redo it, I would take 2 years of Spanish, 1 year of ASL. That would have been sick.
Yeah, I wanted French at first. I don't know why. I just thought it was like because it was like the language of love.
Nah.
But
from what I recall
no.
from my time in high school, French was
It's difficult.
It's difficult,
It
and
is.
they were having like some people were complaining that they just were not enjoying French
Yep.
class.
Looking back at it now, I wish I took ASL. I'm pretty sure I can learn that now, but it was like, what is it?
It's like honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could take ASL. Japanese and German.
We're not offered at my high school, but I know some high schools offer it.
I think one of my school offered German.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
German's hard, no?
Yeah, I think.
Ja.
Duh.
Da. It's hard.
Okay, I'm not doing that with you. But only took Spanish mainly because it was a requirement and everything. Definitely was the first class where I realized it was the first one of my Spanish classes. I think in sophomore, senior year. That was when I realized, like, I enjoyed being partners with this girl. And I didn't. After the class ended, for just in general, I was just like, oh, I think there is a reason why I liked being partners with her. It's because I liked her. But I didn't understand. I'm just like, man, is that possible? Because I didn't understand bisexuality or just any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still young. But yeah, that was the first girl I ever really had a crush on. And I see her post every now and then, and she seems to be doing great. But yeah.
Nice.
So every time I think of Spanish class, I think of her. Not in that way, like romantically, where it's like, oh, she was the one that got away. No, it's not like that.
Mi amor.
Mi amor. But yeah, that's also when I met Aja.
Nice.
And I remember when we did meet, she's just like, yeah, you guys are always laughing in the back. I was a troublemaker in my last Spanish class. I'm always talking. I'm always laughing. But that made people want to talk to me, so that was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then that also meant I always got called on, and I hated that of Spanish class. Because it's like, you have to, like, I have to answer back in Spanish, but I'm just like, fuck, I don't know.
Valid.
It's like, lo siento, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Did I say Spanish is a B?
I give it a B, yeah, sure.
Yeah. B.
But yeah, that was high school, y'all. I graduated high school at 10 years ago at this point. Not wild, a whole decade. More than a decade ago.
Dang.
Yeah.
For me, it was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been more than
7
years.
Such a memorable part still of my life. I still go and hang out at my high school sometimes.
No. The POV you peaked in high school, you can't. Can't let it go.
But no, I drive by my high school every now and then, and it just looks so different. And
yep.
High school just seems so far away now at this point. And I'm glad to have made some very close friends at my time at high school. Those that I talk to still, and those that, like, if I ever saw them in person, I would, be like, hey, like, I hope your life's doing great. A lot of them have kids now. A lot of them are married. And
yeah, a lot of my classmates are married now.
Mm-hmm.
I think a couple of them have kids.
Yeah.
That's great.
And yeah,
I don't know when we're gonna do a reunion at some point. I don't know how that starts. I really don't understand that.
I don't think they have it anymore, dog.
You think? Maybe 30.
Ours should have happened already. And I don't know what's happening with that. So
yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I just think as the world gets more and more big and people are spread out more and less online as well, it's hard to just kind of
that, or because you have social media, there's no need for
correct, yeah,
for reunions and stuff.
Yep.
Because it's like we follow each other, we already know what we're up to.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I wish the best for my class.
Yep.
Yeah, just.
If I were given the opportunity to go back, I would not.
No, I mean, it was a cringy time. It was the best of times.
Yep. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't want to go back. It was fine. I'm better now. Yeah.
Ariel.
That's it. We were gonna do more, but I didn't realize how how much we talked about all these classes.
So next episode will actually be more fleshed out then, which is gonna be good. But yeah, yo, that's gonna be our high school episode for high school classes. Thanks for coming in and joining back in with us, jumping back in. Hopefully, wherever you're listening to this, if you're at the gym or on your commute, hopefully y'all
maybe during work.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all are having a good week, and I hope it gets even better from here on out. So.
Yep. My goal now for the rest of the year is to be more active on our socials. So hopefully after we finish recording this, I'll make a post saying like, hey y'all, we're back. Look out for our episode this Monday. And again, we're planning, now that we're back, hopefully we'll get back onto our schedule where we post every other week, every other Monday. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. Follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok. What else?
Um, don't forget to drink water and to love each other. That's it.
Yes. Spread love. There's a lot of hate going on out there.
There is.
There is.
So, that's it. See y'all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Yeah, time. Yeah.
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 See you then. See you when I
Okay.
see you. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace out. The